Why don't we start it off with our original one the one that got us started.
Mm-hmm.
Only you.
Hi, I'm Kiana.
And I'm Khadija, and we're here with ThisIsRnB.com. And we have the legendary 112 people. Yes, we are so excited to have you guys here with us today. Yes, we are. A champion for you.
Thank you.
You
Thank you
guys,
so much for having us.
yes, definitely. You guys have been on a hiatus. You're back. Seems more, it feels like you're more energetic, ready to go. How does it feel coming back as a duo?
Oh, well, this is challenging. You know, I mean, for 24 years, you guys known us as a quartet, and to be as a duet now, it's a duo rather. It's challenging. However, we are encouraged by the challenge. We want the challenge. Because there are a lot of people that were unfamiliar with what was going on, and we just wanted to rebrand and reintroduce the world and the younger people to who 112 is, and just keep that going. So while it is a challenging experience, it's also a fulfilling one, and we take this as a learning a learning curve, if you will, a learning experience, and we're just taking it all in, man. We are really glad to be in a position where people are actually giving a damn whether or not they want to know about 112 anyway. So we're just in a really good spot right now. But it's challenge is would be the operative word that I would use.
Okay, well, it looks like you guys are up for the challenge. I'm a huge 112 fan. I've been since high school. So for those of you for people out there who don't know who 112 is, tell us what you've been up to and what's going on with you guys.
112, we're a group straight from Atlanta, Georgia, came out in '96. Man, we have a plethora of hits from then to now. Probably sold in a number, probably in a way about probably like 27 million records. We got a lot of good stuff going on. I think our fan base definitely grew once we reminded the world who 112 is as a brand in Verzuz. People, I don't know, like there were some people that kind of like, I don't know, I get maybe we just had to remind people exactly what we've done and we've contributed. And even right now, we're in the studio right now. We're working on an EP. Me and my brother, all right, we're working on an EP. We're working on an EP, about to be amazing. We're doing something that we haven't really done with the other projects, and where every record will probably feel like a single. And and then the world's gonna see exactly how talented my brother Mike is, because for a long time he's been the guy that makes sure that we sound good, and now he's in the forefront. So like it's Heckle and Jekyll. Well, that's why I call us. You know what I'm saying? Heckle and Jekyll, and you know what I'm saying. Now you are gonna see exactly how talented and soulful Mike is. We got collaborations that's going on, some big joints. Just got off the phone with Blanco Brown. Anybody knows who Blanco Brown is? He did the two-step record, and did a duet with him. His label is going absolutely bonkers right now. So it's like I have like a few of those popping, and we're just doing our thing, man. We trying to wait until 2020 is over with, because we had tours popping, man.
Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus.
Man, can we just hop over right now? You know what I mean? Like,
It's 2021.
Yeah, come on, 2021. Lucky 21, baby.
It gotta be better than this, right?
Jesus Christ, I'm just waiting on the aliens and the zombies.
It's about time. You feel me? Like, okay.
So you said a lot. You touched on that versus battle. You know we're gonna get back to that. We can't end this conversation without talking about that. It was epic. I know you were humbly saying, trying to throw it in there, but we definitely going to touch on that. But let's talk about the project that you're working on now and the inspiration behind it.
Yes. Okay. Well, the new project is called 112 Forever, Slim and Mike, and we call it an EP only because it's going to have about between 6 to 8 records. However, we feel as though this is a project for us. This is an album, if you will. And so the mind frame is different. Like when you know, do an EP, and for those that don't know, EP means extended play. So you know, for all you youngsters out there that don't know what EP stands for, you've been saying it forever, but don't know what it means. EP means extended play. So basically, it's extra music. So you wouldn't put a whole album together if you're giving somebody extra music. You would give them like 6-7 songs. So that's basically what the thought process is when you do that. However, with the 6 and 8 songs that we wanted to do, we wanted, like Slim said earlier, we wanted to make sure that each one of those songs was single worthy. And we're gonna do something real special. I think we were looking at how DJ Khaled was moving, you know, and how every song that he had a video to it. You know what I mean? It was just just a different energy. We was like, we like that. You know what I mean? So that's the route. So that's the route that we're gonna go with. We decided to go with this new sound that we're creating. It's called Trap and Beat. Okay. So basically the theory behind this is, you know, y'all let us know when the album come out whether or not we achieved it or not. We feel like we have, but we're gonna let y'all, you know, be the judges of that. Trap and Beat basically is taking the trap beats that are going on currently today and then putting the B on the R&B aspect of it from 112. So you're gonna get the similar sound sonically from 112 with the vocals and the song, the song implementation and the lyrical content and the subject matter. You're gonna get that. We sat back and we thought about it for a little while because we started working on, let me give you a little history. We started working on the new EP about in like January, right? But then we stopped. And it wasn't even because of Corona. It was just like, you know what, bro? We got to do something different. You know, just the same way that BBD did it with New Edition. You know, when they branched off, they became their own entity. Like this version of 112, it has to be its own entity within the 112 brand and underneath the 112 umbrella, right? So we wanted to do something that was similar or familiar to the fan base, but also something new. So we was like, man, how can we piss people off, bro? Like, how can we really do something that's just gonna make the world be like, you know what? Ooh, I want to hate on them boys, but that music is just so dope.
To fire.
Exactly. And when I tell you, again, challenge is the word for the day because it's definitely a challenge. However, we're up for the challenge and we're really excited about this new EP. So basically, Trap and Beat. Like, put it like this. 112 was the first group rather, to bring about hip hop and R&B. We only feel that it's necessary that if we're gonna create something new, you know, it's gotta be 112. Like every time we try to leave, y'all pull us back in. So what we did, we're gonna give y'all this Trap and Beat. You know what I mean? So that's the new sound right now, man. So you know, we gonna actually, Slim, we need to go ahead and trademark that, Trap and Beat.
You want to trademark that?
Yeah, let's go ahead and trademark that, man. You know,
love it.
Like Trap Soul.
Lawyers on deck.
Let's go. I'm excited. I'm excited about it. Can't wait to hear it. You guys bringing out something new. 112 forever. You're right. Forever. You sound the same. Your voice, it seems like you haven't changed. And I feel like you guys have longevity in the game and you will forever be relevant, especially since you're creative and you're coming up with new stuff all the time. What was it? Trapping?
Trap and B.
Trap and B.
R&B.
I love it.
R&B is Trap and B.
Let's get it. Y'all still gonna have those dance moves?
You know it.
You gotta have it now.
Listen,
Come on now.
I don't know if you see the physique right now, but you know your boy done lost 15 pounds or whatnot. I'm ready for this thing. I'm ready to. I'm ready to hit this thing, man. We are so excited about that, man. As a matter of fact, this weekend, no, not this weekend, next week. I'm sorry. We're going to a secret location.
Okay.
To film to film the first video.
Where is it?
Actually, doing 2 videos, right, son? We're doing 2.
We're doing 2.
We're doing 2. We're doing 2 videos. So we're gonna fly to a disclosed location, and we're gonna shoot these 2 videos.
Tell us where it is. We won't tell. Tell us.
We won't tell anyone. We definitely won't tell our viewers.
It's just this is our R&B.
So with this new Trap and B, what producers are you working with?
Here's the thing. We got one producer.
Okay.
His name is Great Scott. Now, we're not saying that we won't work with anybody else because after Verzuz, like when Slim mentioned, We spoke to Stevie J. Big shout out to our brother Stevie J and our brother Mario Winan. They want to jump on it as well. But it's like, man, when you got 6 records, like we damn near got the album done. So them boys would have to just like come in like right now and just give us, you know, say some heat or whatever. But we're not saying that we're just exclusively with this dude, but he's just been in pocket. You know, just Great Scott has just really been in pocket. We got Young Marco. He had a record, It Feels Good. He came out with that a little while ago, and it was killing it in Atlanta. You know what I mean? And he's a up and coming writer. He's 23 years old, and basically he giving us some of that young man swag, you know, if you will. So, and you know, it's for Slim it's easy because Slim is hip hop anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like Slim just a hip hop dude anyway. So that swag would just, for me, I'm an old man. Like I've been an old man since I was like 12. You know what I mean? So I had to figure that out. I was like, man, so young folk, they do it like this. They wear the pants like this. They do it like they walk like this. Okay, so I got it now. I got it.
You got it down. You got it.
So you know, I mean, I'm more crazy than anything else. But but yeah, so Great Scott, Young Marco, and also I do. His name is Ty, but he goes by the name of Smart Mouth, right? And he's been like, Young Marco has given us that gutter edge with these records that he does. Ty has given us that R&B edge. You know what I mean? Like
that
so
we're known. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he's more R&B.
Big shout out to NR too, because NR is in it too.
NR did right. NR did right too. I didn't forget him either, Shop. But yeah, but NR he's amazing as well. Like dude came in and wrote his verse in like 5 minutes. It was the craziest thing I ever saw, man. Like I ain't seen that since Faith Evans and Puff. I mean, and Big. I'm sorry, and Big. You know, when they write something in like 5 minutes, man, it was just the craziest thing. But yeah, so Great Scott, the producer, Young Marco as a writer, Ty Smartmouth as a writer, and NR as a writer, man. These dudes have been absolutely amazing, and it's just I'm glad that these guys are working with 112 right now.
You mentioned Puff. So what was it like as a high schooler auditioning for Puff Daddy back then, known as Puff Daddy back then, and, you know, in front of Club 112? What was that like? I mean, my mind is just blown right now.
Yo, what's up? This is Q and I'm 18. I'm Mike and I'm 17. Oh, yeah.
Yo, Slim, 17.
Yo, what's up? This is Duran. I'm at 18.
You know?
It was wild. Well, you know what, though? It was crazy because when we auditioned for him, man, we did not know. We didn't know who he was. You know what I mean? Like we were from Atlanta. So at the time when we did that, it was, man, like he didn't have any artists out then. I don't think so. I don't think he had any artists out at the time, but basically we were like, man, this guy gonna give us a chance and all we gotta do is sing. You know what I mean? Like all we have to do is impress him. Well, anybody from Atlanta, they know about 112. They know about the talent shows. We were very, very talent show driven. So we were always used to competition and different type of situations. Maybe the mic don't work, or, you know, something is whatever, right? So us singing a cappella in front of I guess a club, you know what I mean? Hey man, that's just another notch on our belt. Like,
right.
Like, hey man, that sounds like just like when we say the key word is challenge. But we're always up for any type of challenge that's presented in front of us. So I mean, as long as I feel like I got that guy right there, that's y'all talking to right there with me. Yo, man, hey, we play 2-on-2 basketball. Hey, man, I feel like we can beat anything. We can win.
Well, I know how to ball a little bit, so you might want to.
I will take your ankles all the way. Knee, ankle, all.
Well, that's easy because you know I'm getting a little bit older. So all right. So yeah, let's go. So who are some of your musical influences?
Oh well, you know that's Slim had to answer, and then I had to answer that. I think as a group, our musical influences is a combination. Our sound is a combination of Commission and Take 6. Like we took the harmonies from Take 6, all those real intricate harmonies from Take 6, and then we took those leads from Commission. You know, because pretty much growing up, that's the only music that we could listen to.
Right.
Commission was the closest thing to R&B that we actually we actually could listen to. you know, and your mama, you know, will allow you to listen to without beating you across the head, you know,
Okay.
being from
What's that music?
Exactly, being native sons of Georgia, you know, like it's just certain music you could listen to, WAOK, and
Okay.
growing up, you know what I mean. So but we listened to a lot of gospel music growing up. It was the Winans, it was John P. Key, it was James Moore, was the Mighty
Rance
Clouds
Allen.
of Joy, Rance Allen, you know,
the Winans,
what's it, Reverend Couch. It was just a lot of, you know, gospel influences, and I think that's where we made our bones. And once we were able to listen to secular music, it was, you know, the Stevie Wonders, the Donny Hathaways, you know, but basically the influence still came from gospel music, you know what I mean? So it was still, you know, that as far as groups go, it was, you know, forget about it. It was New Edition, it was Boyz II Men, and it was Jodeci. Those were the three, you know, that I always put above, you know, not even that because of, you know, intimidation or anything like that. It's just out of respect. I give those three, you know, for our generation, those three were the pinnacle. You know, like whenever I see these little charts on Instagram where they say, you know, who could go up against, I always say, look, man, don't even put us in the same category with Jodeci, Boyz II Men, and New Edition. Not because we don't feel like we can stand on the same stage with them, because we feel like we can. However, those dudes were just like the pinnacle, you know what I mean? Those dudes,
so we looked up to.
Yeah, we looked up to them dudes. Like, ain't nobody else we really look up to outside of them three dudes, you know, those three groups and stuff. Like, you know, 12 feel like, you know, we're elder statesmen in the game now. Not old, but elder. You know, elder statesmen, OGs in the game, that's what they call it. So, you know, we you know, that's where we are with that, man.
And I know there are plenty of artists coming up in the game that are looking up to you just like that, you know. You definitely
you come for this crown, though.
You gotta come for the crown. All right, if they're cocky enough to come up against you, they better be ready.
All day long, you better have that gift that come along with that cockiness.
They better be ready.
So you ready for this ass whooping?
You talked about. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just like the Verzuz battle, but wait, we're not getting there yet.
Don't start it yet. Don't do that yet.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because I want to go. I want to switch to. You talked about gospel artists being your influences. Had you guys ever considered doing anything any gospel songs? No.
Well, you know what? Like we have in our, like maybe in our career, like, or what, that was like a great example. Puff put out a gospel album a long time ago, so we were part of this song called "You." It was like 112, Faith, Carl Thomas, Reverend Hezekiah Walker, Mario Winans. I could just thinking off my head, and it was like a combination. But as of right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, you know what I mean? You can't really straddle the fence. See, my mom's an evangelist, boy. Okay. Oh man. I'll tell you something right now.
All right.
You start straddling the fence, you're gonna be like, what side you gonna be on? Do you understand me, son? Hey man, you know, so especially you got Heckle and Jekyll over here. We might want to get all the R&B out that we possibly get before we start doing stuff like that.
Yeah, because I ain't ready. I ain't ready for that world yet. You know, but like Slim said, man, like you can't, you know, to us, man, you know, that's a whole nother thing, man. Like it's more the music when it comes to that. Like our faith in the Most High, you know, it's like you can't play around with it. You know what I mean? You gotta, you know, you gotta choose side, man, and you can't serve two masters. So you know, I don't want to play around with it. You know what I mean? Like I've been blessed too much, and I know Slim has been blessed way too much for us to play around with that. So would we do it somewhere down the line? Maybe. But we'll definitely have to be done with R&B before, you know, I got serious with it. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing a gospel record, you know, say here and there, whatever. Because like the You song, like Slim mentioned, you know, that was just to, you know, tell the Lord, you know, like, hey, man, thank you, man, because, you know, this been one hell of a ride, man. But, you know, thank you. And but at the same time, in order to do a full album of that, you have to really commit to that. And I'm not through partying yet, so.
Turn up.
Fair enough. And you guys are like brothers, and we're actually sisters. So our go-to song when we were younger, we always sang "Lift Every Voice." Okay, that we swear we can harmonize. We were like in the mirror for sure. What about you guys? What was your go-to song that you guys always sang no matter what as kids?
Oh my God, we had so many of those.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was so many. Well, we would sing hold me safely in your arms.
Oh, me.
Safely in your arms. For I know that everything will be alright. That commission record. Trying time bring us much frustration, such aggravation. Who understands our life? Who can answer the questions why? Yeah, that was our go-to record right now. And then Slim would come in. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Wow.
That was crazy.
Talk about 112 forever, that voice.
Yeah, man.
Now is the time to talk about the epic battle, the Verzuz battle against your brothers.
Yes.
Edge.
All good. All love.
Friendly
all good.
rivalry.
Brothers.
All good. All love.
We love them
brothers.
too. We love Jagged Edge.
No, Jagged Edge. We're bigger. You know, you won't find bigger fans than Jagged Edge than 112. Like we are really, like, we've known them dudes since, like, what, Slim, 94, something like that. Like
way before we got deals. Yeah,
before we had deals.
Wow.
And actually, when we first met them, it was only 3 members in the group. It was the twins and it was Kyle. And then we knew a dude. We knew Wingo, and we knew that Wingo could sing, and we don't want to take the credit for saying that we introduced, but we knew people that knew him, and we just connected, helped connect the dots,
Right.
to get those dudes together, man. But they did all the work on that, man. But yeah, when we first met Jagged, it was just the twins and Kyle, and they were looking for another member, and Wingo came into the play, and the rest is history. But yeah, we got in that ass on that Verzuz. Like, ain't no other way to put it, man. You know what I'm saying? You ask Billboard, you ask Revolt, you know what I'm saying? Everybody. Here's the thing about it. Because for 2 weeks, we had heard so much vitriol. We had heard so much, negative energy. We heard so much hate, man. We had received so much negative energy prior to that, because, for those that don't know, Deron and Q made a decision to lead the group, and God bless them. Who are we to tell them what God told them to do? You know what I'm saying? If the Most High told them to go in a direction, like, who are we to say otherwise? They decided to go. Hence the whole reason why Slim and myself are revamping 112, and now it's 112 forever Slim and Mike, right? So, once when people got wind of the fact that these dudes weren't gonna be in Verzuz either, as if it took all 4 of us to press a play button.
Right.
Right. Social distance.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And all the social distancing there, because it was hot back then too. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
But yeah, so we received so much negative energy. Like, our whole thing was, I said, Slim, bro, we have got to show out on this Verzuz, man, because the world, like, prior to, if you ask anybody on earth, you ask anybody, that the majority of people would say that Jagged Edge was the better group prior to us being a duet. And so we heard all of this. Trust me, we heard all of this stuff. The populace knew that we had forgotten that 112 had so many hits, like Only You, like because like all they would say is, like, man, all the records they got is Cupid and Peaches and Cream, as if we didn't have Only You, as if we didn't have It's Over Now, if Anywhere, Dance With Me. You know what I mean?
It's out there. It's like, that's public information, and it's just crazy.
I mean, it's right there. It's right there.
Like,
it's right there for everybody. You know what I mean? So we had heard all of that stuff, man. We was like, ooh, we can't wait. You know what I mean? So when this Verzuz hit, it's gonna be ridiculous. So Slim brought his Grammy. I forgot mine, but he brought his Grammy.
That's right.
Brought some plaques with him, you know what I'm saying, as well and stuff. So we just wanted to remind the world, man, that, like, I mean, what do y'all think?
I love
y'all think he was doing for, like, for the last 24 years? You know what I'm saying? It was just really crazy. But we had a great time. I actually I had to reminisce on a few records that we played, and a few records that Jagged played, and and this is no, like, this ain't a diss party whatsoever.
Never.
Jagged Edge got records. Jagged Edge got some hits.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And we, it just reminded us just how successful them dudes were, man. So I'm excited for the future with us. I know that, we have this tour that we go about, with called The Experience. It's Jagged Edge versus, it's called Jagged Edge versus 112, but honestly, it's more of a culmination of the two groups. We sing each other's songs. We're on the stage at the same times at certain points in the show. And it's a lot of interaction, and people you know, really enjoy it. We've been doing that for the last 2 years. So we look forward to, you know, that when all of this, you know, COVID is over with, so we can get back out on that stage again, because, you know, we were gaining momentum, you know, with the whole experience with Jagged Edge, and we look forward to doing that. But yeah, for that night, 112 was the victors, and you know, we take our win, our victory with pride, you know, and we dare anybody to say otherwise to it, man. Like, you know, we won that thing. 112.
Come on now. Remind them, you had to bring out all the goodies.
We had to bring out all the hits. And look, you know what? And the crazy thing was, we left some meat on the bone too. Like, we had records that we still didn't play. Mm-hmm. We felt like the whole world, like, if we wanted to do a straight R&B set, we could have did that. If we wanted to do an up-tempo set, we could have did that. Right. If we wanted to do a remix set, we could have did that. If we wanted to do a feature set, we could have did that. You know what I mean? Like, that was
the writing set. We could have did that too. Like, it could have really got wild. Yeah. Like, you probably need about 50 songs to even get started with us. That's why Billboard said what they said. 112 has a robust catalog. We knew that. Billboard knows that, because the analytics is what it is. Like, here we go. Like, let's get it popping. Let's get it popping.
And then we were entertaining too, man. You know what I mean? Like, when you get on, like, you just had to entertain, like, regardless of, you know, whatever the situation is. Like, you're sitting on a Zoom call or whatever, man, you still got to entertain, man. Like, we're entertainers. Like, we're more than singers, we're more than writers, you know, we're more than dancers, we're entertainers. And we just took that to heart. And when we got to us, Verzuz was the stage. You know what I'm saying? There was 300,000 folk watching it. Hey, man, it's time to put on the show and look at this guy.
Okay. All right.
He said he loves the props. He brought them in,
Bring them out. Bring them out.
Right.
Like, listen. This is like a 360 type of a situation, 360 type situations. Wow. And, you know, with 112, like we're not one of those groups that are, you know, like, our charisma is not the kind that, you know, just say, hey, you know, we're not loud talkers. You know what I mean? We just let kind of like our legacy do the talking. So that, like, being on Verzuz, you know, when we got the phone call, and then a big shout out to Free from he's the president of Good Music, reached out to me, put Jermaine on the phone, was like, yo, you know, let's do this, you know what I'm saying? And then an hour later, got Swiss Beats on the phone, and, you know what I'm saying, put it together, you know what I mean?
Wow.
This right here was just a situation of just celebrating our legacies, you know what I mean? And the great thing about being in 112 is, like, man, you know, even though, yes, we're probably one of the quiet ones, but, you know what I'm saying, legacies last.
Hey,
and
that's what I'm talking about.
And that thing shining.
Forever, man.
Yeah, man.
Anywhere is by far my favorite song. I definitely should not have been listening to this song. It was definitely one of those sneak in songs.
Wait a minute.
I definitely should have been listening to that song at that age. But that was, I know, naughty. But I mean, it was on the radio. Every time you turned on the radio, it doesn't matter where you were going. If you were walking on the street, somebody was playing that song. And it was just like, hey, you just had to go with it. Yeah. But another one of your songs that I feel like definitely didn't get enough shine as it deserved was Crazy Over You. I just love that song. It's still so great. What do you guys feel are maybe a song that didn't get enough shine or didn't get enough radio airplay? Like, one of those songs that you're like, man, this one was the one, but we just didn't have it as a single for X, Y, and Z.
How much time you get?
forever for 112. Hello?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like that last project that we did, Q Mike Sundaron, I feel like that last album was slept on so badly, and it's honestly, in my opinion, it's one of the most vocally progressive albums that we've ever done. Mm-hmm. Not when one person was just in pocket, but, you know, at the time when the four of us was together, all four of us was in pocket vocally, all at the same time. And so vocally, I would say that's one of the better albums that we've done. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That last album, I would just have to say, so, you know, for those that don't know, if they want to hear some real great R&B music, check out that last 112 album. I just felt like that album vocally was just something amazing that we pulled it out, man. It was just really dope. And it got slept on. 50 years from now, we'll go back and listen to that album and be like, oh my God, that thing was amazing. Well, we be gone by 50 years from now. You know what I'm saying? We want our roses now. We want our flowers now.
Right. I feel like people are going to start, looking, especially after this versus battle. You had to remind everybody. You had to school some of the youngins. So I feel like you guys are going to pick up some more momentum and get some more fans.
We hope so.
And you talked about the COVID right now. So how do you guys stay encouraged and keep your fans connected with you guys? I saw you on Instagram with in the studio with mask on. How do you do that? How does that work? Singing with the mask.
Well, no, I was having fun. We were finished. We were finished with the record. I guess for that day, and we were like, I was like in a listening situation. So my manager, Greg Browning, was like, yo, hey, I gotta film something. This is sounding so good. We gotta tease the fans. See, just let them hear just a snippet of what's going on. So I was almost on the way out the door. Mike was already headed to his car. So I was like, man, you know what? Okay, let me put my mask on, right? And then, just acting crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I don't think people really knew. They didn't know like how much like personality and charisma that yeah I was just having fun.
Definitely a character. From the social media page. I love it. And you're right. And you're right. When you're in a group with everybody, you can kind of get lost or not get lost, but you just don't shine as much. And now in your social media presence, like I see that you guys have a lot of charisma and you have a lot of causes that are near and dear to your heart. Do you want to talk about some of those causes?
Absolutely. I am an advocate for the Lupus Foundation. And the reason being is because my mother has lupus. She's had it since for the last 15 years now. And when we first found out about it, the first thing I said, Mom, what the hell? Like, what is lupus? You know what I mean? Because so many people were unfamiliar to what, lupus is. And for those that don't know, it's an autoimmune disease that affects the major organs in the body. Right. So, and there's varying degrees of it. You can be on the mild end of it, and you can have the very severe where some people will exhibit a butterfly-like pattern across their face, and that is when the skin has been basically the skin is actually falling off at that point. So so if you'll see the Lupus Foundation there, you'll see a butterfly. If ever you see us associate a butterfly with lupus, that's because the pattern on your face, is one of a butterfly. It looks like kind of reminds you of a butterfly. But yeah, so I've been advocating for years, and my ultimate goal is to have my own 501(c). So I'm able to, really put a lot of effort towards it and have it as a second, just as a second career, just something else that I want to advocate and be more philanthropic with, because there are so many people that suffer from this disease and have no clue what it is. Some of the symptoms will give you the impression that you have the flu or something like that, and then you go in and it's much worse. So I would encourage people that if you and in particular Black men, because we for the most part will not go to get checked out at all. Like we're like some of the least, if not the least, as far as a group is concerned, of people that will actually go to the doctor and get themselves checked out. So, and men can get lupus as well. The demographic that is most susceptible are women of color, ages 14 to 45. So that is pretty much our demographic.
Right.
Pretty much 112 demographic as far as the people that we touch. So I felt like this was a great platform for me to, reach out and speak about, about 1.5 million people that are going around in the U.S. alone that are unaware that they have lupus. So that's one of the things that I wanted to advocate for. You know what I mean? So that's why, I want to do my own 501(c) so I can get that money to the people that actually, really need it, because my mother needs a cure. And that's one of the things that I would, and she's a first responder. She's a registered nurse, and she's a first responder as well. So she's, she's superwoman as far as I'm concerned. So she's been doing a lot, and so that's what I want, because ultimately, man, I want a cure. I want a cure for my mother. We've also been giving kids scholarships, musical scholarships, and also I know Slim has a bunch of he's a mentor to a bunch of kids that play football, and him along with Greg have been doing some fantastic things with kids and the youth, and getting them acclimated and getting them ready for the next phase in their life for college. And
oh yes, so like the place is called Welcome All. It's a neighborhood in the southeast region of Atlanta, Georgia, and since probably 2003, 2004, myself and Greg Browning, we've definitely been involved in a situation where we give a person a chance. Like, you always hear about these urban legends, like even when they're from Pee Wee, like running all these touchdowns, and they go to middle school and a high school, but they might stay in either a very rural spot or in the hood somewhere, right? Well, we give a person we give a kid, when we hear things about that particular person, whether a guy or girl, and we'll put together their whole reel, and then we submit it to all of the colleges here in the United States and even abroad, and we're very proud to just know, like, even in the top 10 draft in the NFL, we had probably we probably had 4 out of the 10 that came out of Eagle Eye Sports.
Come on now. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
and we've been, and it's been going on like that. We rank nationally in the United States as far as our division as far as football and baseball. So we're very proud of that situation.
Keep doing what you're doing, because you don't have to do it. You're using your platform for good. You're not just being on the stage. You are bringing everything to the stage, to the forefront, and putting it in people's faces and make them talk about it. Not just talk about it, because a lot of people talk the talk, but a lot of people are not walking the walk. And you guys are out there doing it. So thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
This game is called Favorites. What's favorite snack?
See, I'm on a keto diet, so I can't.
Oh, everybody's on this keto diet.
Yeah,
I'm not on it, but so I can say, but I like, my favorite snack is probably probably popcorn or something like that, because I can eat popcorn and I don't feel guilty.
White cheddar popcorn or just plain?
No, white cheddar is amazing.
Definitely.
Like when I was eating popcorn, the what is it called? The zebra, the one with the white chocolate and the black.
Oh my God!
Oh, you're going all out.
Come on,
oh, listen, hey, in for a penny, in for a pound, baby.
All right, so pre-keto, what was your favorite snack? Pre-keto.
Cheetos.
Cheetos.
Hot flaming Cheetos.
Oh man,
Yeah.
jalapeno or just the flaming? The flaming or the jalapeno?
The flaming.
Flaming.
Yeah,
Let's go.
flaming.
Let's go. Let's go.
Forget about it. Forget about it.
What was your craziest thing that ever happened on tour?
Oh Lord. How what's the rating on this interview, man?
Oh my gosh.
Let me see. Okay, this ain't really funny, but it kind of was funny. We were in the UK, right? And this is when we were at the height of our career. And I guess like Cupid had just come out, and we were overseas. We were in the UK. We were doing promo, and I guess we were trying to be as discreet as we possibly could, having this interview at this restaurant. And like this little girl, she came out and she was like, "Oh my God, it's 112." You know what I'm saying? And
right.
that's my British accent. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can tell.
She's like, "Are you all right? It's 112 over there, mate." You know what I'm saying? So we went up. So she screamed, and once she screamed, like the entire like plaza was just like, "Ah, 112!" So they ran where we were, and we had to take off and get in the van, right? So we jumped in the van, and the van wasn't moving as fast as we thought it would. And then we looked, and this little girl was hanging on to the side of the van.
Oh my gosh.
But here's the thing, the tuck and roll game was a fool. Because like once they bit that corner and she jumped up.
Yeah.
A tuck and roll game was the truth. All right. So, wow. And then she later on to go to the Olympics. She later on went on and she medaled.
Oh, good for her.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm playing.
I'm thinking gold. Oh my gosh.
Little girl, wherever you are now, reach out.
She was like, she was hung on that thing.
Oh my gosh.
What is your favorite memory with Biggie?
We got
that's a good one right there.
I think one of the funniest things that ever happened to us is like, he was in the kitchen at Daddy's house one time, and we were coming in, like he was already in there, and he was already smoked out or whatever, you know, having a good time, whatever, just elevating his brain and whatnot. And we were walking in, and the way the kitchen is so small, right? You can only go in one at a time. So it was like an assembly line, and it's like 4 of us, right? So, and then including our manager at the time. So, you know, you're talking about 5, maybe 6 people at one time that just moved in 112 move, right? So, dude, he came in, he was like, yo, what's up? And he gave us that one, gave us that again. By that third one, he was like, yo, I would just give one of y'all dap, and y'all just pass that out amongst the rest of y'all. It's like 112 of y'all for real. Like, you know? Like that was like one of the funniest things I'll never ever forget with that dude.
Perfect. Oh my God.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, you shared a lot of things that I think our fans and your fans probably didn't know about you guys being activists and everything like that. What is something else that maybe is a quirky thing that you guys have, do, say, that people don't know, that you want to share?
Oh, Slim got some gangster.
So check this out, man. So before I knew I was gonna be in this group, right? I was so crazy about just aeronautics and just the whole the physics of why something so big can fly like a bird, but huge as your house, right?
Right.
So I was into aviation and and aeronautics, and before you know it, I took advantage of a program that was at our school, and where I was actually flying planes. So what was crazy, I actually got a real good hang of flying Cessnas, or 1 and 2 engine Cessnas, and actually got my license, my flying license, my pilot license before I got my driver's license.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Island Slim over here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
man.
Good for you.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you.
What about you, Mike?
I'm a gamer.
Games.
I'm a gamer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm playing this one game now. It's called The Last of Us 2. I'm playing it right now, and for those that are not up on that game, I suggest that you play Last of Us and then Last of Us 2. It's life changing. It's like one of those video games that they actually use people like psychoanalysts and things of that nature to actually put this game together and stuff like that. It's a really, the narrative. I'm all about video game narratives. I'm all about the storyline. Like, I'm not really into action and the shoot 'em up, bang bang. I'm about the storyline, and if you can tell me a good story, I'm like, look, I'm a slut for a good story. You know what I'm saying? You tell me a story, I'm in it. You know what I mean? I'm in it. So I love narratives. I love reading. I love just learning people, you know what I mean? And I love learning about people and different histories and things of this nature and stuff, man. And who knew that you could find all of that stuff out there playing a video game or whatever. But yeah, I'm a gamer. I'm like a heavy gamer too. Like, so for those that want to, play with me or whatever, my hashtag is, what is my gamer tag? My gamer tag is Princey the Red.
Princey the Red.
Princey the Red. On my gamer tag is Princey the Red. So, and then I play the guitar as well. So.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, you said you love to learn. It's time to teach.
Yes.
So, for new artists coming up in the game, in this industry, what advice do you have for them?
You have to have a bend but don't break mentality, and that's basically essential for life anyway. You can be stoic in your belief. You can believe in whatever you want to believe. However, the world isn't black and white. It's shades of gray, and you have to learn how to navigate within those shades of gray. And when we first got into the music business, one of the things that people lauded about us, as being a positive, was the fact that we were easy to work with. Not necessarily in the sense of that we were pushovers, but we would listen, and we would absorb the education that we were getting. And we also had a bend but don't break mentality. Like, we were still, stoic in what we believed in. However, we also knew that life is about negotiation, and especially in the music business. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're unwilling to work with people, and take a small L in order for you to gain the bigger W somewhere down the line. If you come in with that dogged mentality that, no, I'm not doing that, I don't care what you say, my arms folded, you're going to be sitting at home with your arms folded, right, in your opinion, but not successful. Right. So, this it's a negotiation. And I would say to, the greatest lesson that I learned was to have a bend but don't break mentality when it came to negotiation and just business in general. If you take that philosophy, I think you'll go far with that.
Okay, moments with Mike. All right, thank you. Hate that. Then
I used to be a columnist as well too. That was another one of my quirks. I wrote for Vibe magazine too. So.
Hey,
wow, look at you!
Look at you!
I learned a lot in this interview.
Seriously,
come on. What advice do you have, Slim?
You know what? I would just tell every artist to just remain true to self. Like, regardless of like what people try to tell you what to do, because like a lot of times, once you get into it's one thing like you're trying to find yourself as an artist, and then there's another level. And once you get signed, then you have all these people trying to tell you what you should do. You know what I mean? Like, always hold to yourself, like, what was your reasoning and what was your passion in getting to this thing in the first place? You know what I mean? So, because like I always tell my sons, like, the quickest way to success is doing something you love. Once you start losing the love for that situation, good. Right. So
no bueno.
So I would just say, yeah, just stay true to yourself, and never forget the little things, like, and one of those, it seems like it's little, but it's very big. It's like the reason and what was your passion for you being in the situation in the first place, And I would say keep God first, because there are a lot of times you come into certain situations and certain things happen. Is like, sometimes you start questioning, you know what I'm saying? You might question your own faith, but the more entrenched you are with God, man, like anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? So I would just say that, without being so spiritual, and you know what I mean? Because I'm not just the most, I go to church no. But I definitely have a belief. I have a belief in God and principles, and you know what I mean? And I believe, you know what I'm saying? I stay true to codes and 10 toes down. So that's basically how I rock. So that's, that being said, that's why I just say it that way.
And I want these new artists to listen to you guys, because we're talking about millions of records sold. We're talking about Grammy Award winning. We're talking about global awards. We're talking about 6 albums. We're talking about 2 #1 records. We're talking about legends in the building.
Let them know.
So yeah, we're talking about Verzuz battle winners right now, right?
Right.
So we have truly enjoyed our time with you guys. We appreciate you. We love your music, and we are excited about what's coming next for you, not only on the stage but off the stage.
Thank you.
Keep it coming. Thank you so much.
Before you go, would you like to sing a little something for our viewers? Would you mind?
Come on.
Okay. Cupid doesn't lie, but we won't know. We give it a try. Oh, baby, tonight. Ooh, baby. But we won't know unless you give it a try. Give it a try. Oh.
Yes. Woo! What about dance moves? Can we do something together?
Oh my goodness.
I said no. Okay.
It's delayed. Everything will be delayed. We gonna be like,
why is everybody laughing? I'm serious. Okay. All right. Well, where can everybody find you before you go? Besides the sold out shows, where can everybody connect with you, follow you? Let us know. Put it out there.
You can follow us on the official 112 on Instagram, Twitter, and you can follow us on Facebook as well. We're more interactive on the Instagram. On the Instagram, I sound like an old man. On Instagram, and on Twitter, but the official 112 on Instagram. You can follow Slim at official Slim _ and you can find me at Michael Keith of 112. That's MICHAELKEITH of 112. Thank y'all so very much. We love you. Be looking out for that new EP, 112 Forever, Slim and Mike. We out of this thing.
Thank you.